Good morning to all the students. So in today's session, I'm going to discuss one topic related to this trees in the data structure. That is, I'm going to discuss the concept of heaps. So in this we'll discuss what a heap is, we'll discuss the definition of heap, and then what are the applications of heaps we have, and similarly we'll discuss various operations like the construction of the heap. So above this, after discussing the definition, we'll also discuss what are the various types of heaps we have. So these are the major topics which I'm going to cover in this session. And coming to the definition of the heap. So a heap is a data structure. It is a data structure, tree-like data structure, which should satisfy two properties. Right. The first property is called as the shape property. We can also call this shape property as the structure property. And the second property that the heap must satisfy is the heap property. So if a binary tree is going to satisfy these two properties, or if a data structure is going to satisfy these two properties, we call such type of data structures as the heaps. So in order to make a heap, it should satisfy these two properties. It should satisfy the shape property, or we can call it as the structure property, and it should also satisfy the heap property. Right. We'll see what this shape property and what this heap property is. So according to the shape property, it should have some specified shape only. Right. So it is also saying that it should have some specific structure. Right. So a heap should always satisfy this structure property, which says that this heap is a complete binary tree. So what is this heap? It is a complete binary tree. So we should know what a complete binary tree is. Do you have any idea about this complete binary tree?
Yes, sir. Nodes are right side left side complete binary tree.
Right. So the complete binary tree is a binary tree which says that all the levels are full. Listen carefully. All the levels are full except the last level. Right. So until unless the last but one level, everything is full, right? But the last level may or may not be full. But when you are filling the last level, one important property you should remember is the filling of the last level should be left justified. Filling is left justified. What do you mean by left justification? That means you always start filling from the left hand side only. So you go to the deep left part of the binary tree and then you have to fill it from that place only. That is called as left justification. So a complete binary tree is a binary tree where all the levels except the last level is full, and while you are filling the last level, you should fill it with the left justification. That means you should start filling it from the leftmost child, then the right child of the leftmost child, like that you have to process it. So let us look at an example. Let us see an example. I'm not going to restrict myself with the binary search tree. So it is just a binary tree. Can anybody tell me, is it a binary tree or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, binary tree, sir.
So can anybody tell me, is it a complete binary tree?
Yes, sir.
It is a complete.
Yes, sir, complete binary tree, sir.
Right. So for example, 1 minute. If I write another node 40 here, is it a complete binary tree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is a complete binary tree. So when you are filling the last level, you should fill it from the leftmost part only. So 40, if you want to add one more element, for example, if I want to add 50, so where should this 50 be placed as?
Left side of 30, sir.
No, right? So this
Right side of 20, sir.
so, right, super, right. So I am saying that insertion of the new nodes or the filling of the last level should be left justified, right? Means the newest node should be placed from the leftmost part, but the leftmost part is already occupied. So after this, the leftmost part will be this node, right? So you should fill it with the right child. The 50 should be placed as the right child of 20. Now if I want to insert one more element, 60, so where should I put this 60? In general, you
Left
should
side of 30, sir.
super left child of 30. In general, this 60 should be placed towards the leftmost part, but the leftmost part is occupied by 40, and after that it is occupied by 50. So whatever vacant position towards this leftmost part is the left child of 30. Now if I want to insert 70, it should be the right child of 30. Now let us insert one more element, 80. Where I should insert this 80?
Left side of 40, sir.
Super, left child of 40. For example, if I have a node like this, is it a binary tree or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is a binary tree. Is it a complete binary tree or not?
No, sir.
It is not a complete binary tree. Why? Because it is not satisfying the property of the complete binary tree, which says that the last level should be filled from the leftmost position. Here the leftmost position is after this 80 occupying the leftmost part, we have a gap here. So if 90 is placed here, then we can say that it is a complete binary tree, but it is not doing like that, right? So 90 is placed as the left child of 50. So this is not satisfying the complete binary property, right? Is it clear? So this complete binary tree property is nothing but the shape property. That's it. What is the other name for the shape property?
Structure
Property. So you should maintain the shape of the tree, you should maintain the shape of the heap, or you should maintain the structure of the heap. So the structure is nothing but you always take the initiation, or you always insert the elements from the last level, at the last level from the leftmost position. That's it. That is what the shape property is, right? And coming back to our second property, what is the second property we have?
heap property.
Heap property. This is very important, right? So heap property says that, listen carefully, heap property says that the root node element should be greater than or equal to its child node elements. What is that one? The node, simple terms is the root node should be greater than or equal to its children. That's it. So don't get clumsy and don't get confused, right? So what you have to do is the root node element should be greater than or equal to the elements of its children. There is another heap property. It's a reverse property, right? So what I am saying here, the heap property says that root is always greater than or equal to child nodes, right? So there is other property saying that root is less than or equal to child nodes. both of them constitutes the heap property. Either the root should be greater than or equal to child, and this property should be satisfying through the entire heap, right? And similarly the root can be less than or equal to its child, where this property should also satisfy all the elements in the heap, right? So if we have the first property or the first type of property, that means the root is greater than or equal to child, we call such type of heaps as a max heap. And if the shape heap property is written like this, root is less than or equal to child, we call such type of heaps as min heaps, right? So these are the two types of heaps we have. So one is the max heap. What are the two types we have? One is the max heap,
Max heap and min
and
heaps.
another one is we have min heap. So this type of heaps we got it from the heap property. So the heap property says that the root node should be either greater than the child nodes, or the root node should be less than or equal to the child nodes. So if it is satisfying root node is greater than or equal to child nodes, we call it as the max heap, and if it is satisfying the second property, that is the root is less than or equal to child, we call it as the min heap. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So can anybody tell me
Yes,
what is
sir.
the definition of the heap? What is the definition of the heap?
It is a data structure which satisfies two conditions.
Super, right? It
Structure,
is a
property and
data
requirement.
structure which should satisfy two properties. What are those two properties?
Shape properties and heap properties.
And
Shape property and heap property. Can anybody tell me what is mean by shape property? You try to-
Complete binary tree la undali sir.
right. It should
insertion
be
should
in,
be done from the extreme left in the last level. So
right. So the elements in the heap should always be filled in the last level from the leftmost position, right? And what about the heap property?
root node must be greater than
Either
or
the
equal
root
to
should be greater than or equal to child or less
Super,
or
right.
it must be less than or equal to.
Very good, very good. So the root should be greater than or equal to child, or root should be less than or equal to child, right? And based on this we have two types of heaps. One is the max heap and min heap, right? You may be asked to construct, for example, construction of heap means you may be asked to construct either the max heap or the min heap. We will do both the things. We'll try both the examples also, right? So, and coming to the next part of discussion, we have discussed what this heap is, we have discussed the types of heaps, and now we are entering into the topic of applications of heaps. So these applications of heaps is very much important when we want to implement the priority queues, right? We know that the priority queues is one of the applications of queues where we won't be following the queue definition while inserting, right? As I told in the earlier classes also, that the priority queue is violating the definition of the queue. According to the definition of the queue, the insertion should always occur at the rear part and the deletion should always done from the front end. But in the priority queues, we are not going to insert the elements always at the end of the array, right, or end of the queue. The insertion is managed, or the insertion is done by keeping in mind about the priorities of the elements. So if a new high priority element comes, we will check each and every element priority that is already present in the queue with the incoming priority element, and whichever place is suitable where we can insert this high prioritized element, there we will make a position or we will make a space and then we will insert that particular element at that position, right? So insertion, we are not following the actual definition of the queue, so it is violating the definition of the queue, but still we consider this as a priority queues only, right? But remember that the deletion operation in the priority queues always takes place from the front end only, right? So in order to implement this priority queues, we need a special data structure which is called as heaps. So one of the application of heaps is for the implementation of priority queues. And similarly, the heap sort algorithm, which is one of the best sorting algorithms, which does not have the quadratic complexity, right? So which has some efficient complexity, time complexity, is based on this heap data structure only. So these are the major applications we have in these heaps, for these heaps. And coming to the last part of our discussion, which is the construction of the heap, right? Construction of the heap. So you may be asked some questions based on this construction of the heap, like you will be given a list of elements and you will be asked to construct either a max heap or a min heap, right? So if nothing is given, right, if we are given a list of elements and you are just asked to construct a heap, then it is your choice whether you make it as a max heap or a min heap. But at maximum questions, you will be given a list of elements and you will be asked to construct either a max heap or a min heap, right? So we'll see this particular topic. It is somewhat lengthy in nature, but if you know this shape property and heap property, it will be very easy to construct the heaps, right? So can anybody give me some list of elements, random list of elements? Some
40, sir.
some 10 elements, okay. 40,
67, sir.
67,
21, sir.
28, sir.
21, okay.
52, sir.
52, okay.
7, sir.
Okay, 07,
92, sir.
92, okay.
15, sir.
81, sir.
81, okay. 15, okay.
12, sir. 12.
9. Give me one more element.
72, sir.
70, all 2's. Let me make it as 6, 76, okay. Nothing wrong in giving 77 also, but I just want to change, right? Everything is 2, 2, 2 like that. So let us construct this thing. We are going to construct the max heap, right? So you should continuously apply the heap property and shape property. That's it. Nothing more than in the construction of the max heap or the min heap. We just need to apply the shape and the heap properties continuously, iteratively, right? But before that, what you should do, you should make the first element of the list as the root node. So I take this like this. I fixed 40 as the root node, and then you take the second element and you apply the heap property. It's not heap property, structure property. You apply the shape property. What is the shape property telling to us? What idea is given by the shape property? The new element should always be inserted from the leftmost position only, right? So where should I keep this 67?
Left child of 40.
Left child.
So I should keep 67 as the left child of 40. Okay. Now the first property is satisfied. Let me make it as 1. But you should also go and check the second property also. What is the second property?
Root node must be greater than or equal
Heap
to the child
property.
node.
Since you are constructing the max heap, the heap property says that the root node should be greater than or equal to the child. Is it satisfying that property?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what you should do is you should make a swap operation here. In order to satisfy the heap property, you should swap these elements. So after swapping, what is that I get? So 67 is moved to the root node and 40 is placed as the left child of 67. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Right, so this is first step, and these two constitutes the second step. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Now let us go with the third element. So what is the third element? I have 21. So now you should take this node, this particular tree, right, not this one, right? So where should I insert 21?
Right child of 67.
Right child, sir.
Super. According to the shape property, you should place the 21 as the right child of 67. Now you are done with the first property. Now you have to check the second property. Second property says that the heap property, the max heap property says that root node should be greater than or equal to child node. Is it satisfied or not?
Yes,
Satisfied.
sir.
Satisfied. Therefore nothing to do here, leave it. Now coming to the fourth step, not the fourth step, I want to insert the fourth element. Right. So what is the fourth element I should insert? It is 52. According to the shape property, where I should insert the 52 element?
Left
Left
child
child
of
of
40,
40,
sir.
It should be placed as the left child of 40. Right. So let me take this, it appears as if it is a node. Right. So when I insert this 52 by using the shape property, now it is the turn to check whether it is satisfying the heap property or not. So you compare this 52 with its parent. Is 52 40 greater than 52?
No, sir.
So
sir.
the root node is not greater than or equal to 52. So you should perform a swap operation at this position. So after swap operation, I get the elements like this: 67, and it is 52, and it is 21. What about this one? 40.
40, sir.
Right. So after this, the heap property is also satisfied. What is the next element I want to insert here? It is 7. Right. Where should I place 7?
Right child.
Right child of 52, sir.
Right child of 52. So it becomes 67, it is 52, and then it is 21, it is 40, and the right child is 7. Now you have to check the heap property. So the newly added element, that is 7, is compared with its parent 52. Since 52 is greater than 7, it is satisfying the heap property. So nothing to do, there is no need for the swap operations. So what is the next element I have in my list?
92, sir.
It is
92,
92. Where should I place 92?
Left child of 21.
Right.
Left
So I am
child.
writing here itself. So I should place 92 as the left child of 21. So this is how you should construct a max heap. So you should write everything. You should write everything. What are the steps you are following? Why you are putting the 92 as the left child of 21? You should explain it. Right. Now after inserting this 92 as the left child of 21, you have to check whether it is satisfying the heap property or not. According to the max heap property, the root node should be greater than or equal to child node, but this is not satisfied. So you have to make a swap operation at this position. So after swapping, what is that I will get? It is 67, and it is the right child is 92, the left child is 52, and the left child of 52 is 40, the right child of 52 is 7, and the left child of 92 is 21. Again you can observe here that 67 and 92, This particular two nodes are not satisfying the heap property. So according to the heap property, the root node should be greater than or equal to child node, which it is not satisfying. Therefore again you have to perform a swap operation like this. Right. Now let me take another. I'm continuing here. So after swapping, what is that I get here? The first node is 92. What is the left child of 92?
6.
It is 52.
52, sir.
The left child of 52 is 40 and the right child of 52 is 7, and here I get it as
67. Sir.
what happened to this one? (92). The left child is 50 and here the left child is 40 and here the right child is 7. What is the right child here?
67, sir.
67, sir.
67, and here it is
21, sir.
21, sir.
right. Now you continue the same process. What is the next element that I should add?
81, sir.
21 is already added. 81, right?
81, 81, sir.
So according to the shape property, my insertion should be as my insertion of 81 should be to the right child of 67. Right. After insertion, what you have to do? We have to check whether it is satisfying the heap property or not. So this particular 67 is not greater than or equal to 81. So you perform a swap operation here. So after swap operation, I get the things like this: 92, 52, and it is 40, and it is 7 here. And after this we have 67 here. Sorry. After swapping, what is that I get here? It is 81,
81, sir.
and it is 21, and it is 67. So what is the next element that should be inserted?
15, sir.
15. So where should I insert 15? To the left child of 40. Why? Because this level is full, right? This level is full. So you should always insert, or you should always start filling the next level from the leftmost position. So after inserting 15, you just need to check whether it is satisfying the heap property or not. So 40 greater than or equal to 15 is satisfied. Therefore you nothing to swap here. So after this, what is the next element I have? 12, I think. Yes,
12, sir.
12. So where should I insert this 12?
Child of 40, sir.
To the right child of 40. Now check the heap property. So 40 greater than or equal to
Satisfied, sir.
12 or not? Satisfied. Therefore no need to swap. What is the last element I have?
76.
76. Right. So where I should place 76?
Left child of 7, sir.
I should keep this 76 as the left child of, don't write like this, because you should not write like that, right? And here it is not satisfying the heap property. Root node is not greater than or equal to the child node. So you should swap this 76 and 7. So after swapping, let me draw it neatly. It is 92 and it is 52, and the right child of 92 is 81, the left child of 81 is 21, the right child of 81 is 67, and the left child of 52 is 40. What about the right child of 52?
76.
It is
76,
76. And the left child of 40 is 15, and the right child of 40 is 12, and here I have the left child of 76 as 7.
7, sir.
Now here you have the variation, right? Here the root node 52 is not greater than the child node 76, so it is violating the property here. Now again you have to make a swap operation here. So after swapping, what is that I get here? 92 here, it is 52, it is 81.
Sir, 76, sir.
Sorry, here I get it as 76, and then it is 40, and higher I have 15, it is 12, and it is 52, and it is 7, and it is 21, and it is 67. Right, is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
here we are done with, right? Again you have to compare this 76 with 92, but it is satisfying the heap property, so you just skip the swapping step, right? There is nothing to do with the swapping. So this is how we construct the max heap, right? Simple, right? We need to just check the shape property, and then we need to apply the heap property. If the heap property is not satisfied, you just have to swap the elements. The root node and the child node should be swapped. So that completes the construction of max heap, right? So once you are inserting a new node by using the shape property, you are checking the heap property, right? And you can observe here that the 76 is it 76? Okay, the 76 is moved towards the upward direction. This is first movement, and from here we have another movement, right? So this particular property or this particular function, we call it as heapify function. What is that one?
Heapify.
Heapify. So in some programming examples you will find the term called as the heapify, or you can implement the function called heapify. Heapifying is nothing but you are going to check the heap property, that's it, right? So again we have two types. One is heapify in the upward direction and heapify in the downward direction. Is it right or not? So one is in the upward and one is in the downward, right? So while you are constructing the max heap or min heap, that means while you are constructing the heap, we will make use of the heapify in the upward direction. But while you are implementing the heap sort, we will make use of this heapify in the downward direction. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you remember that heapify is a method or it is a function which is used to implement the heap properties inside the heap data structure, nothing more than that. So either you can make the heapify in the upward direction or you can make the heapify operation in the downward direction. Anything is possible, but maximum while constructing the heaps we will be using the heapify upward, and while making use of this heap sort we will do it the heapify function is done in the downward direction. That's it, nothing more than that. But simple point and the important point you should remember is heapify is a function which is used to implement the heap property. That's it. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shall we construct the min heap also?
Yes, sir.
Right, we'll do it in a faster manner, right? You tell me some 8 elements, not more than 8. Give me some random 8 elements here.
61, sir.
61, okay, fast.
25, sir.
25,
47, sir.
2, sir.
47, 2, right?
51, sir.
51,
36, sir.
36,
91, sir.
91,
78, sir.
84, sir.
78. That's it. Let us do it with 8 elements, right? So the process remains the same, but we need to apply it more times, right? So let me, what is the first step I have to take? This time I am going to construct, we are going to construct the min heap. Right, the first element in the list is to be taken as the root node. Okay, I have taken it as the root node. What is the second step? I take the second element, insert it by using the shape property, where the shape property says that the new node should be always be added from the leftmost part only, left justified. So I add here. So now I have to check after adding the new node by following the shape property. You should check whether the newly constructed tree is satisfying the heap property or not. Here it is. What is the heap property for the min heap? The root node should be less than or equal to the child nodes, but this is not satisfied. If it is not satisfied, you have to make a swap operation. So this becomes 25 and this is 61, right? Now what is that I have to do? I have to add the new element 47. I'm just continuing here, but in the examination point of view, you should write it as a separate step, right? So I should add this 47 as right child of 25. Now check the heap property. 25 is less than or equal to 47, satisfied. So go to the next step. You add 2. So where I should add 2 according to the shape property?
Left side of 61.
To the left child of 61. Now you should check, right, the heap property. The heap property says that the root node should be less than or equal to the child node, but this is not satisfying, therefore you make a swap operation here. So after swap operation, right, don't make the swap operations completely, the 2 steps you should not do, right? Heapify upward. Am I doing the heapify operation in the upward direction or not? I am making the leaf nodes to be moved to the root nodes, right? So this is called as heapify upward operation. So here I get like this, it is 61 and it is 47. Here also you have to check again whether it is satisfying the heap property or not. Here 25 is not less than 2, therefore you should make a swap operation here also. So after swap operation I get the heap as 2, 25, 47 and we have 61 here. Now take the next element 51. 51 is inserted as the right child of 25 according to the shape property, and check the heap property. 25 is less than or equal to 51, therefore nothing to do, leave it like that. And what is the next step? 36. 36 should be added as the left child of 47 according to the shape property, and according to the heap property 47 is not less than 47 is not less than or equal to the child node 36, therefore you have to make a swap operation here. So after swap I get the heap as 225, and here I get it as 36, and here I get it as 61, and here it is 51 and it is 47. What is the next element I have? 91. So insert 91 as the right child of 36 according to the shape property, and you check the heap property, that is 36 is less than or equal to 91, therefore this is satisfying the heap property, leave it. And the last element I have is 78. Insert 78 as the left child of 61. This is according to the shape property, and you check whether 61 is less than or equal to 78 or not, as it is satisfying the heap property, therefore you just leave it. And once you reach the end of the list of elements, the tree that has been constructed, we call it as the min heap. Is it clear?
లాస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ అన్నిటికన్నా స్మాలెస్ట్ అయితే అప్పుడు చాలా కంపారిజన్స్ వస్తాయి కదా సార్, ఆ లాస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ రూట్ నోడ్ కింద మార్చడానికి.
Yeah, you will get a lot of comparisons.
అదేదో మనం లాస్ట్ నుంచి మొదలు పెట్టచ్చు కదా సార్, అంటే ఫస్ట్ నుంచి మొదలు పెట్టాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు కదా సార్. ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ యాజ్ రూట్ నోడ్ అని ఫస్ట్ కింద తీసుకోవాలని.
You are going to take the last element as the root node, right?
Yes sir.
But what if the list of elements is given, the first node is given as the least element?
Yes sir.
You are expressing a doubt that if the least element is given as the last element in the list, so you need to perform lot of operations. But if we take the least element as the first node, what is happening there?
అప్పుడు కూడా చాలా ఆప్షన్స్ అవుతాయి సార్ మనం లాస్ట్ నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే.
Right. Yes, that is what I am saying, that so if the last element, if the lowest element is taken as the first element and you start the processing from the last element in the list, there also you have to perform different or more number of swap operations, right? So if you consider the complexity of this heap construction, then it will be an average, right? So don't take it in a different way, never ever take it in a different way, right? So the elements that you are taking is a random set of elements, so anything can be possible. If you say that the last element is the lowest element and we need to do lot of swap operations, then you should answer my question. If the lowest element is taken as the first element but you are starting it from the last element, so it cannot happen, right? So this is the procedure which they have explained and we can implement it. If you are very much familiar with the second process what you have told, that means taking the last element and then processing it, you can do it, nothing wrong in it. The only thing that should be satisfied at the end is the result should be a min heap, that's it. Whether you take it from the first element as the root node or whether you take the last element as the root node, that is up to your choice and it is your programming skills, that's it. But one thing you have to remember is the ultimate result, the final result should end you or should land you by constructing the min heap, that's it. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
So this is all about the min heap and max heap constructions. So in the next class we will be discussing how we can perform the heap sort based on these heaps, right? We'll see various insertion. Can anybody tell me how we are performing the insertion operation?
Sir, same as the construction.
Same as construction, right? Construction of heap is nothing but we are implementing n number of insertions. So in construction of heap is nothing but insertion operation. So when you want to insert 25, so by using the shape property I make 25 as the left child of 61. If I want to insert 47, by using the shape property I make 47 as the left child of 61. Like that we are going to perform n number of insertion operations for construction of the heaps, right? We'll see how we perform the deletion operation. Don't worry, we are going to deal with the deletion operation while you are discussing the concept of heap sort. So heap sort always depends on n number of deletions. Construction of heap depends on n number of insertions, whereas the heap sort implementation depends on n number of deletions. How we are going to delete, how we are going to replace the deleted element, all these things we'll discuss. Don't worry, right? So is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's all for today's session, and thank you one and all. But let me ask you one question, right? Just 2 minutes of time, please bear with me, right? This is a concept related to binary history. Some people has got some doubt on this. One of our student got a doubt on this BST, right? So let me take it 61, 42, 87, 25, 34, 18, 27, 33. Just give me 2 minutes of time. Let me explain. Right. Right. So the doubt that was arised is when we are implementing the deletion of a node with 2 child, right? So what node should be replaced? For example, let me delete this 42. 42 consists of 2 child, right? If I want to delete 42, what are the 2 options I have? The minimum element from right subtree and the maximum element from the left subtree. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is that? How can I replace this 42? What node is satisfying this replacement of 42?
43, sir.
43 is 1 and another one is 27. Right.
27, sir.
Right. So you can replace this 42 with either 27 or 43. Right. So the question that was arised by one of the student is, for example, if I don't have this node like this, so I have 47 and I have some 49 like this. Let me take it like this. So now tell me, what is the node that should be replaced from the right subtree?
Forty-five, sir.
It is 45, right? Why? Because in order to find the minimum element from the right subtree, I told that you go to the right child. So what is the right child of 42? It is 45. And in order to find the minimum, so the first step you have to do is you have to go to the right child and then you have to find the minimum. I know how to find the minimum of the right child, right subtree. So I should go deep towards its left hand side. According to the BST property, the least element is always placed at the deepest left part, right? So in order to find the deepest left node of the right child of 42, which is 45, I don't have any left wing, right? I don't have any left child here. So there's nothing to doubt about this. Whatever element is there, that should be replaced. So you just make this 45 or you swap. You replace this 45. So once you are replacing this 42 with 45, what you should do? Here you are deleting this node. So the child node of 45 should be linked to the parent node, right? So what you will do is you have to write like this. That's it, right? So this is how, if none of the, if you are unable to find the minimum element from the right subtree, or if you are unable to find the maximum element from the left subtree, whatever node is present as the right child or whatever node is present as the left child should be the eligible node for the replacement. That's it. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Right. So thank you one and all. This is end of today's session.